Create magical billboards that change what they show based off of distance with 0 redstone. Hey guys, it's Chad. The other really fun username on Reddit posted a GIF of this billboard that changes based off of how far away you are. It looks really cool because if you were to put this, say, on a rail track as you were headed into something, you could have 3 different billboards basically that changed as you got closer and closer to whatever you were about ready to see. It uses a really cool technique of using render distance on entities to pull it off. So let me show you how to do it.
So here we are inside of Minecraft, and this is what we are going to be showing off. Down there you can see OMGcraft through all of that over there. And then once we jump in a boat and start headed that way, our billboard will change to OMGcraft. Please like, subscribe. There we go. That is our magic billboard that changes as we get closer. Now, how to build this. This is using render distance so that a banner here will render after a map here, which will render after just the blocks. Now, one thing to note is that this is very, very different on single player and on multiplayer. So if we just jump on over here, go to a multiplayer server, and I have one set up right here. This was a different build that I was kind of testing. You can see that the banners show up before the maps on the wall back there. So you would flip this if you were going to build this on a server versus when you are going to build this on a single player world. So reminder, in a single player world that it comes, you need banners in front, then maps, then your blocks. And on a multiplayer server, you need banners on the blocks and the maps in front of the banners. You also get an advantage being on a server in that you don't need so many glass because the banners need to be resting on some type of block, and so do the maps. You need to use 2 types of glass, or unlike how I did it, you could also just put these directly onto blocks. Let me go ahead and edit this so you could see what I mean by putting these maps directly onto the blocks themselves. So what I just did was filled the air with glowstone and then moved it right up against that. So now let's teleport back to the beginning of this. There you go. And you can see that it's a little bit clearer from the first time that I showed it because there's only now 1 pane of glass that you're going through before you get to please like and then finally subscribe on the banners. So how do you pull it off? Although it is pretty self-explanatory, let me give you a few tips. First off, if you're building in survival, do what I did. Don't do what I did in the beginning with the blocks of glass. But you're going to start off by building what you want to be seen first in blocks. And this can be any type of block. I do suggest that you have some type of glowstone or something in there. I originally did it with just concrete and with a little bit of netherrack to make the letters. Next, you're going to need to make a glass wall and place all sorts of item frames, all the item frames in the world, on this wall. Now, with those item frames, you're going to fill it in with maps. What I did was I had 2 maps. I have one that is completely blank and then another that is completely blue. And then I used a 3rd map that was in a previous episode of OMGcraft, and that is the waffles map. Now, in order to get the pure blue and pure yellow or tan map, all we had to do was find an area and fill it with just 1 block. I happen to use this blue terracotta, glazed terracotta, and so that is all the map is showing. And then right next to it, I made a map that is just the sandstone to get that texture. And then spell out whatever you want to spell out. I wrote out please like, but you could do absolutely anything. Once you have all of that filled in, and then you're going to need to make another glass wall. And you're going to use banners in order to write out the last thing. And remember, once again, this is flipped. If you're on a server, you're going to do the banners as the second step and then the maps as the third step. And these banners are pretty simple. I used one banner per block, which means that I was basically putting down a banner on top of where I wanted it to go. So you can kind of see that we have these black banners and red banners. And if I destroy the thing above, the banner below gets destroyed. That's because they overlap on top of each other. So the one above is going to take up 2 spots, and then it will take up the one below it as well. So if I wanted a red to be here, I'd actually put it on the block above, and then that fills in red. I need to fill in this little gap, so I'm going to put one right here, and then it fills in, and it makes a nice, easy way to write whatever you want. Remember, you could do text, you could do images, you can do whatever your creativity can create. So have some fun with it. Then all you're going to have to do is create a pathway for people to go down so that they can see this thing. On my single player world, I marked about where each transition happens. You can see that really cool banner transition comes in. And then over here, it is a little bit different because the item frames are more like entities. So they kind of load and unload based, not exactly off of a block like the banners do. So you can see that they'll unload and load based off of about how close I am. So they'll unload back here, but then they'll load in again up there. And you can see all that glitchiness. That is just the pattern on the item frame. And when you get up close, all of that glitchiness is gone. And you can kind of see there's the the waffles map that I used. I think that this is a really, really fun project and a really nice way, especially if you have a rail system or you have some sort of long line that people have to go down in order to get to a thing, for something for them to look at as they're moving, which is really, really cool. This could be perfect for, say, an ender or an area that people build lots of stuff in. We have like a redstone area on one of my servers where you have to run down a line in order to get to it. So this would be a perfect addition for that.
Once again, big thanks to the other for posting this on the Minecraft subreddit for me to see it and to make a tutorial on how to pull it off. And also, the original post is in the description down below. Make sure you go check that out. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Please leave a like on this video, and please leave your comments in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on OMGcraft. Bye!